Hi, it's Derek at Samaritan FAQ. A lot of people are asking the question about auto pay. Can I do some kind of auto pay, set it up with a credit card, set it and forget it kind of thing. That's my lifestyle. I pay all my bills that way. I don't use checks. I don't use, I want to just be able to come in, pay this every month and without having to think about it, because that's the way our culture is, right? We set things up that way, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but what I'm saying is that Samaritan's going to be different. You're going to send a check, you're going to send a PayPal payment, and you're going to send it directly to the other member. So it's not an auto pay. It's not a set it and forget it. It's something different than that. And let me explain why that is different. And why you actually want it to be that way, or at least most of you, because this is direct sharing. This is Samaritan Ministries, and that's the ministry aspect of it, right? Where we come together and we help one another. Well, you say, well, okay, well, we can help one another without sharing directly. True, we can, but when we're doing it this way, we can actually send directly to one another and send a note of encouragement and be intentionally praying. So Samaritan actually sends you that information when you get your assignment at the beginning of each month. So you know who you're sending to, where to send it, how to pray, and you can be intentional about, okay, Billy's going through this series of injuries that he got when he got hurt on the playground, or Sandra's going through this serious cancer need. I want to pray for her. I want to call out to the Lord on her behalf and see him, at work in her life. And that is really the heart. So when we connect this way, it actually kind of forces us to actually think about who we're sending to, and to be praying and to be encouraging, and just send a note of encouragement, whether that's through the mail with a check, and a lot of people love doing the checks because they get to not maybe just send a note of encouragement. Maybe the kids want to color them a picture. Maybe they want to send them. I mean, we have members send each other, worship CDs and little books and things like that, trinkets. Some people have made quilts for newborns. I mean, it's incredible when you do it through the mail. There's some really cool things that happen. I'm not saying you have to do it that way. In fact, my wife and I at Current don't do it that way. We do it with the PayPal option. But we've seen both and done both, and it's really great. And I think that that ministry aspect of it is something you will be absolutely blessed by. It will be an absolute blessing to send your monthly amount directly to another member. Which brings me to reason number 2, why you want to do it that way, is because you actually know exactly where your money's going. You send to Samaritan. At Current, your first 2 shares when you're a brand new member get sent to Samaritan Ministries, and then in your second year, 1 share gets sent to Samaritan Ministries. All the other shares are somebody different every month. So you have this blessing. When you get that notification at the beginning of the month, okay, somebody new's here. I get to send to them. I know exactly where my money is going. I know exactly where my money is not going. Big deal for a lot of us as believers, hopefully. And so then you also get to pray. You see their prayer request. You know how to pray, and you maybe have some great encouragement. Maybe you got something from the Bible you want to encourage them with, or whatever it is, and maybe you've gone through that before yourself. And this is members engaging with one another. There are other ways that members can connect with one another through the member dashboard, but this is the kind of the main way, is that members actually get to send to somebody they, in all likelihood, don't know, and are able to bless them with a serious amount of money that is also going to be added in with a bunch of other members who might be sending to them at the same time. So you want to do this because of the ministry. You want to be involved in bearing one another's burdens. It is a super huge blessing to do it that way. It is an absolute blessing. So it's not, there's, you put it in the framework of a bill. Well, I've got all these bills to pay. Well, I'm going to pay my Samaritan bill. Well, I don't really look at it as a bill, but it is a payment that I make every month, and it is one of those things where if you're making this payment now, you're in a situation where you can be a blessing to that other member, but you also in that process you're thinking, I don't care. I mean, I love this. I love sending this. I love the fact that I do know where it's going and that it's helping this person with this issue. And I don't, it's never like a bill where I wish I could have that money back. It's never like that. And at this recording, I've been a member almost 16 years. It's never like that. I never regretted sending my monthly share. Oh man, why did I wish I wasn't doing this. Never, ever, 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 ever. So that's why you want to do this. A couple of reasons. A third reason would be this: when you share directly with other members, you help Samaritan Ministries stay out of legal trouble. So Samaritan does not have. You don't have to worry about. Typical authorities of various kinds coming in and saying, well, you can't do this in our state. Because really, I can't send money directly to another person who has a medical need in my state, or from my state to another state. So that really helps keep Samaritan Ministries out of a lot of issues that way too. Another reason why you want to do this is because this helps keep costs low. Other healthcare sharing ministries take a lot more money in because they need a lot more administration, because they're paying somebody to manage various accounts that members have to put their monthly shares in, power of attorney fees for all that, things that have to do with paying medical bills, making sure the members' medical bills get paid, making sure the bill for the remainder is sent to the member for the part that isn't shared by the ministry, networks, co-pays, all the kinds of things that you'd be a little bit more likely to see in an insurance scenario. Those are the things you are avoiding with being with Samaritan. So I think that is absolutely huge. And another reason why you want to do it this way, besides saving yourself and all of our members a lot of money for administrative costs, would be the simple fact that you are able to be conscious of being involved in the process. What I mean by that is you're a self-pay patient. You're going into your providers. You're thinking very carefully about it. So now I'm thinking very carefully about what I'm doing as a healthcare consumer, if I can use that phrase. So the idea is that you're going into a medical hospital, a doctor's office, a clinic, whatever it is, and you're saying, I'm self-pay. And you know that when you go for that need, when you go to get that care, you go to get that care and the help that you're going to get, other people are going to be sending to you. And I might think, oh, that's $1,000. That's a couple families that are going to be sending their monthly amount to me for that. And you're actually thinking very carefully about your decisions, because while you may not be paying for it all directly, so to speak, when all is said and done, there are other members who are, and it just really helps engage everybody in the process. It's not this impersonal, well, I made my payment, are you going to give me my money? It's nothing like that. It's just nothing like that. And if it ever turns out to be like that for you, hopefully you will not allow that to stay in your mindset. But those are a ton of reasons. I bet there's 6 or 7 more that I'm not thinking of right now. But those reasons are a real big deal. Why auto pay is not the great part of it here. Really, the great part of it is the direct sharing. And you want to do the direct sharing, and it's the right thing to do. It helps everybody all the way around, and it is a super blessing, and you don't want to miss that blessing. So I would encourage you, take a good hard look at Samaritan Ministries, SamaritanMinistries.org to get started. If you don't know somebody who's already a member, put DEREK THORP video in the part of the application where it asks you how you heard about us. I would appreciate that. And God bless you guys. Thanks for watching this long. Since you watched all the way to the end of the video, I'm going to let you subscribe and like it. So thank you so much. God bless.